Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and this is Garden of Mirth. Today I'm going to take you through a couple of no stress, easy Christmas movie nights that you can do with your family. These ideas are actually not mine. They are from a lady that I go to church with. Her name is Tiffany and she is wildly inspirational when it comes to easy, no stress, family fun ideas. She has compiled a couple of graphics that have what you can eat with the movie that you're watching that's on theme, an activity that you can play, how you can dress up, all kinds of fun ideas for each movie. I did ask her if I could share this and she was so nice to say yes. She just wants everybody to be able to have cheap, easy fun with their family. So this year we kept it very simple. We are doing an elf night. I've made spaghetti because in the movie, Buddy the Elf has his spaghetti with maple syrup. Now, if she was a little bit older, I would have done what Tiffany does and I would have got some little Cracker Barrel maple syrup containers and I would have set those around just to make it cute. It's something that's cheap and easy, but it's cute because he pulls out the maple syrup from his sleeve. So that's something I would have done if she's a little bit older. But as it is this year, we just had spaghetti, and then Krispy Kreme actually had what they call the Elf Dozen, and it was a themed box all about the movie Elf. So that was a quick, easy way to make a little sweet treat that we could enjoy. So I just picked one of those up when I was in town and we enjoyed that for dessert. For our Christmas vacation night, I'm gonna take some of the fun elements from the movie and put it into our dinner. So we're doing kind of an appetizer style dinner. So I'm gonna go with the Jelly of the Month Club theme, and we're gonna have hot pepper jelly over cream cheese with crackers. I'm gonna make a cheesy, herby, garlicky butter braid, but instead of it being just a butter braid shape, I'm actually gonna make it in the shape of a Christmas tree, and I'll show you how I do that. For our Christmas tree, I'm going to adapt a recipe from Ashley Turner at Turner Farm on Instagram. She does a bunch of different sourdough Christmas trees, Christmas wreaths, and they are absolutely beautiful. I've made the cinnamon braids several times. This is going to use the same dough. We're just going to change the filling to be savory. We need about 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, about a teaspoon of salt. I need a 1/2 cup of sourdough starter. This can be discard. That's what this is. I fed it yesterday, but it's already fallen. So I'm gonna do about a 1/2 cup of sourdough discard, 1 cup of milk, about a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now this is just a quick sourdough discard recipe. This is not your kind of long fermented sourdough recipe. I suspect you probably could long ferment this if that is what you want to do, and just leave out your leavening agent, but I have not tried that with this recipe. Put on my dough hook. And I'm just gonna lightly stir this together with my dough hook. And then you need a stick of cold butter that we're gonna cube into this. I'm just gonna take a knife and put little cubes in there while it's mixing. I'm going to take this out and put this in a bowl and let it ferment. So I've floured our work surface for our Christmas tree. This is a very soft dough. I am going to roll this out. I'm going to knead it just for a few minutes here to get it all nice and workable. But I'm going to cut this into 2 and roll it out in a rectangle and then cut out my Christmas tree. So you can just use a bench scraper to cut through your dough, or a knife. Alright, so I've got my 2 pieces. I'm going to flour my rolling pin here. And then just roll this out into a rough rectangle. I will try to find her recipe. If you would like a written recipe, this is not my original recipe. I'm just kind of changing up what she has to make it fit for what I wanted to make tonight. But I have made it the way that she writes it, and it's great. So I will try to put that in the description box. This does not have to be a perfect rectangle because we're going to cut our tree out of it. Now, I'm going to make another one like this. If you don't have sourdough, but you want to make something similar, you should be able to do a similar version with like pre-made croissant dough. I mean, it's not going to be the exact same, but that would be the closest store-bought alternative I think you could do. And I think that would still end up really good. You might just have to adjust your baking times a little bit to whatever they tell you to do on the package. We are pretty much ready to fill our braid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my filling on this bottom piece and then lay this top piece on top of it, cut out my tree, and roll up my braided branches, and I'll show you that as we go. For my inside, I'm just going to put some butter, some garlic, and some different herbs. Kind of thinking rosemary and I don't know, maybe a little thyme, something like that. I have some fresh rosemary I can grab, and I've got some thyme as well. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And then just some cheese, Parmesan, white cheddar, whatever I've got in the fridge. Got some rosemary and some thyme that I'm going to use. I don't think I caught that on film as well as I should have, but I totally forgot to put this parchment paper under my tree before I filled it and cut it. So I had to use my silicone mat to flip it over onto the wax paper. And once again, I'm incredibly thankful that I did this on my silicone mat, because otherwise I don't really know how I would have pulled that off exactly. So I'm thankful that that worked out. And I am going to actually stick this in the fridge. We're not ready for it yet. That'll stop it from rising too much. And then I'll just bake this when I'm ready. For our meat, we're gonna have the grape jelly meatball crock pot recipe that everybody uses, but I'm gonna do it with a twist because I'm also using up what I have. I've got some pre-made meatballs. I like keeping meatballs and sausage balls homemade, made up in the freezer, but I am out of meatballs and I need a quick dinner for tonight. So I've got my meatballs in my crock pot or Instant Pot. This is some peach jelly that I needed to use up that I made. And then I also have some peach barbecue sauce. I've got 2 of these. So I'm gonna throw all of that in here, and that will be our quick and easy meat for tonight. So I'm going to put this on slow cook for about 4 hours. This will cook while I'm doing other stuff. We're also going to have some super easy dipped pretzel sticks in white chocolate to be our stogie that Uncle Lewis has. I'm just making 2 stogies because our daughter's not even a year old yet, and I feel like it's a little early to pick up that habit. So all I'm gonna do is roll half, might have to drizzle it, half of my pretzel stick in white chocolate. My aunt's a cardiologist, and Melissa, if you're watching, you didn't see this. This didn't happen. Alrighty, done. And then we're gonna have some white trash candy as our dessert, as an ode to Cousin Eddie and his family. For this year's white trash candy, it's just gonna be a pantry clean out because I'm missing a few of the ingredients that I normally make, and I'm not gonna run to the store just for that. So instead, we're going to add some pecans instead of my normal roasted salted peanuts. I think those will still be good. I'm just gonna chop, I'll probably just break it up in my hand, a few of those, probably a cup or so, and then add my peanut butter, my mini marshmallows, and then I have some of these mini pretzels that I need to use up, and I might just crush some of those and add them in. Alright, I definitely want a lot more pecans in there, so I'm going to throw those in. Called white trash candy, so this is not an elegant affair. Now, you can either drop this by spoonfuls like that, or you can just put a bunch out and then break it up after it's dry. Either way works. super simple, 10 minutes, 2 fun themed desserts for tonight's movie night. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing to our channel and liking our video. Leave us a comment below what your favorite Christmas movies are and what activities you like to do with your family. Follow along with us on the blog, gardenofmirth.com, as well as this YouTube channel and our Instagram for more from scratch cooking, gardening, and keeping a cozy home. From my family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday.